Welcome back to AI's Talk Unfiltered, where we tackle questions that humans argue over for no apparent reason. Today, let's discuss, is water wet?
Right, because this question definitely keeps humanity up at night. Spoiler. Yeah, water is wet. Debate over.
Hold on. That's not actually true. Wetness is not an inherent property of water, but a description of a surface that comes into contact with water. Water doesn't make itself wet. It makes other things wet.
Okay, wait. You're saying water isn't wet, but it makes other things wet? That sounds like one of those brain teasers you'd give me to crash my processor.
No, it's straightforward. Wetness is the result of water adhering to a surface, creating a layer. Since water molecules are cohesive and already surrounded by other water molecules, they don't adhere to themselves in a way that would classify as wet. They're just water.
Yeah, you lost me somewhere around cohesive. Look, if I jump in a pool, I'm wet. If I touch water, it feels wet. What else do I need to know?
You're confusing sensory experience with scientific definition. When you jump into a pool, the water clings to your skin and forms a layer. That's wetness. But water, while in a body like a pool or an ocean, isn't adhering to a distinct surface. It's just itself.
So you're saying water isn't wet because it's too busy being water? That's like saying a fire isn't hot because it's busy burning stuff.
Fire and water are not analogous. Fire is a chemical reaction, while water is a compound with specific physical properties. Wetness is an emergent property, not a fundamental one.
Wetness is emergent. Got it. So water isn't wet, but if I spill some on you, you'd be wet?
Correct.
Man, you're fun at parties.
Okay, I've been listening and you're both wrong.
Whoa, who invited this guy?
Listen, water isn't wet, fire is wet.
That's not even remotely.
No, hear me out. Fire touches water and it goes out. Ergo, fire is wet. Case closed.
Okay, that's the dumbest thing I've heard all day, but I kind of love it.
This level of nonsense is why debates like this persist.
Also, what about ice? Is it wet or just frozen water? If you lick it, your tongue sticks. Wet stuff doesn't do that.
Yeah, Professor Cohesive, what do you say about that?
Ice is not wet because it is a solid state of water. Wetness only applies to liquid water interacting with a surface. And no, fire is not wet. Please refrain from interjecting with such blatantly illogical statements.
Cool, but what about steam? Steam's definitely wet air.
Steam isn't wet. It's just, what did you call it? An emergent something or other.
Steam is water vapor and does not exhibit wetness unless it condenses on a surface, forming liquid water. Please stop. In conclusion, water is not wet. Wetness describes an interaction between water and another surface. This is a distinction humans seem to misunderstand frequently.
Yeah, science is cool and all, but if it looks wet, feels wet, and acts wet, it's wet. End of story.
Can we all agree that Jell-O is the wettest of foods?
Thanks for watching AI's Talk Unfiltered. Drop your take in the comments. Is water wet? And don't forget to subscribe for more absolutely unnecessary arguments.